Hello, boys and girls. I've been gone for a while, so I'm going to make a bunch of reviews in one go because all this time I didn't waste. I spent playing with the yo-yos. So yeah, I want to share with you some pretty cool stuff. Now this box, I don't know if anyone recognizes. There you go, Luftverk by Mr. Jeffrey from Canada. Let's open it, and inside we have like a business card. We have a certificate. Wow, look at that, signed by Jeffrey. Oh, this is, you can see the name, 000 BTM bimetal. Wow, number 29 out of 45. 525 USD. Holy crap. 2021. Luftverk. And here is the yo-yo and a string. And this unboxing experience is definitely premium. I mean, I paid $500 for this. Now I know this yo-yo is probably not super accessible. It's maybe a bit difficult to find, but it is very popular. It's very popular, very sought after by a lot of collectors and even players, just because of the prestige of Luftverk, how popular Jeffrey is, and how unique this 000 line is. Every time he releases a 000 line, it kind of sells out. And I'm curious, I want to find out why. And for those of you who are also curious, well, let's dive in deeper. So first of all, let's take a look at the yo-yo. I'm a huge fan of the aesthetics of his yo-yos because it's so clean. It feels almost like military, right? And with the bronze rings, bronze and titanium. That's a cool combination. These rings are flush with the body of the yo-yo. And I don't know, but this feels like something that's very difficult to machine, to just get it perfect, right? And if you look at the profile, it's almost like it's organic, but it's different than the bowl or the grail. It's a sharper organic profile with a bit of, it's like, for a lot of the organic yo-yos, they like to have round edges, but for the 000, the edges they kind of flare up a little bit, so it's slightly different. So again, it's sharper than the other really popular organic yo-yos. Right, looking at the shape, you can probably tell this is not, again, it's not a like extreme competitor, but I had my hopes up, because when you combine titanium, which the titanium body can be super light because of how strong the material is, combine that with brass weight rings, which are heavier than steel, you can get some pretty extreme weight distributions. To learn more about the yo-yo, you can look at Luftverk's website. Just Google that, and you can read an entire write-up on this yo-yo. But overall, they've been doing this 000 line for a while, and this is kind of their the new flagship. Although they released another one with side effects, I have yet to try that. But this feels like the 500 price range feels like one of the top models by them. So I can't wait to try this. Now, once I string the yo-yo and play with it, it feels nice, but immediately I have a small gripe, which is it doesn't feel titanium with the weight rings. The 000, let's listen to it. It sings a little bit, but both the sound and the feel, it doesn't quite feel like a regular titanium yo-yo. And for some reason, it feels almost a bit flimsy on the string, because I was expecting something super solid, but the yo-yo had a small vibe on the string, and I guess it's partly because of how difficult it is to machine. So you can't worry too much about having a vibe or even a small wobble, but having a like somewhat noticeable vibe on such an expensive yo-yo feels just a little bit wrong, just a little bit. But I'm sure a lot of people don't care, so it's just something to keep in mind in case you do care. But other than that, I feel like the build quality is just excellent. If you look at, doesn't have any machining lines, doesn't have any flaws on the surface. Everything is perfect and beautiful. And it's so clean, such a clean look. Yeah, again, I'm kind of debating whether to like this yo-yo or not, but I guess I'll play with it more to see. Now on the string, the 000 BTM feels, again, aside from the initial kind of surprise, I think it plays quite well, especially for a organic yo-yo. I mean, it has to, right? It has this, it's got a combination of the most premium materials. But in terms of performance, if you want a competition yo-yo, again, this is not it. Doesn't matter how extreme you make the weight distribution, the shape just doesn't allow you to be too competitive with the 000. But in terms of fun, playing for fun, in terms of just enjoying, I think it's excellent. It does have just a little more oomph than the regular 000 and the usual organic yo-yos, which is helpful, right? If you want a casual throw, if you want like a premium, a top casual throw, this is it. But based on my experience, my limited experience with Luftverk models, I've tried this, I've tried the Thai Peak, I've tried the, what's it called, Alpine, which they did with CLYW. None of these yo-yos, the three I've tried, none of them are exactly competitors, right? This one, for example, the stability and the longevity is there, but I can name off the top of my head a bunch of aluminum bimetal yo-yos that are just better. So what is the 000 BTM for? What's the target market? I guess first of all, collectors, right? Because of how unique this combination is. Brass rings, flush within the titanium body, and this is, I can't imagine this being easy to make, right? And also just because if you're more a casual thrower, if you don't care too much about pushing the limits of competition, and if you want the most expensive, the coolest casual throw, I feel like this is probably up there, the 000. Yeah, so I think they defined it very clearly who this yo-yo is for. And for me personally, I would say I can't really call myself a competitive player. So this is something I really enjoy having in my collection. But if you're paying $500 and expecting it to be both like an organic beast, it's not quite that. No, it's not quite that. Even if you look at the gap, here, let me cut real quick. I'll come back. Yeah, I just wanted to do some comparison with the modern organic yo-yos. If you look at, for example, the Capital from Yo-Yo Factory, just look at the wall. I think this wall design is very not 2023 or 2021, which is when this yo-yo was released. This wall design feels really old school, right? Because it's so high, and it's let me compare this to, again, the Capital, and compare it to another kind of organic yo-yo, which is the Tourney by Duncan. You can see a clear difference. And I'm sure this is, what's it called? I'm sure this is a choice made by Jeffrey. Now, this is the Bastet. This is not even the new, this is the old Bastet. But you can see, if you want to make an organic yo-yo perform to today's standard, you want the wall to be like this, right? To be high. Or not to be high, to be lower, rather, to be tapered out. And the last comparison here is the Socius. See, same thing. Although Socius is kind of a hybrid between V and O shape, which is not really fair to the 000. But the last comparison I want to make is this one. See, this is the one that compares with 000, the freehand TI. Right? See, the freehand is even higher, but you can kind of see some similarities here, right? So again, this is not a competition yo-yo. It's never meant to be. And even the design is kind of, I think it's almost as aesthetically driven as it is performance driven. So with that in mind, if this is something for you and you have an extra $500 laying around and you can find one, yeah, go for it. Go for it. It's cool.